Hey guys, it's Ed with Freedom Breeders. I want to give you a little update on where I'm at with my rat breeding. I think I mentioned before on some videos that basically I'm at the point where I used to spend about $750 a month on buying frozen and live rats. I had to buy at least 35 live rodents to feed the animals that would not take frozen. So between the two, I had and even the live rats, I had to travel, 2 hours round trip just to get the live rodents because they don't have many options here where I live. So I had to travel a little bit to get those. But I'm at the point now where I'm not spending any money, every month, and nothing on food at all. I'm even supplying one of the local feed stores with some rats, and another place called the Serpentarium up in Elk Grove, supplying them with rats. And when I get overloaded with them, and I freeze some off for myself too. I'll actually freeze some, so at the point now I'm not, like I said, I'm not buying any more frozen rats, which is kind of cool. I got to when I first started, I was breeding, I had six breeding tubs. So basically I would do 5 females to 1 male, and now I'm just doing 3 breeding tubs basically, so I'm not breeding too many at a time because it does get overwhelming. I keep my smalls in one tub. I'll keep my weaned, or these actually aren't weaned. These are more pups, a little bit bigger than a pup. They're home another week. These things will be weaned, so I leave them with the mom until they're basically almost smalls, considered smalls. And it's kind of cool too because I was breeding the white rats with the dark gray and white rats, and it came out with this color right here. It's kind of cool. It's almost like a charcoal, and it's a gradient. It starts white at the head. She's jumping around. There you go. White at the head and then kind of dark in the back, but they're pretty neat. And some of these came out too. Their eyes are real dark red. But what I do is when I clean, so I clean every 5 days. So if I'm, busy, I'll go as much as 7 days is the most, and that's pushing it because after 7 days it doesn't smell very good. And these guys need to be cleaned and sit on clean bedding, especially the moms with pups. But yeah, I keep my wean separate from my smalls, and then I have mediums. And when they start getting too big is when I basically freeze them off or send them to the local feed store before they get too big. I will have, my boas will be big enough next year to eat large and jumbo rats basically. So that'll be good. Then I won't have to give too many of those away. So because I don't have any animals right now that can eat a jumbo rat. My boas aren't big enough, but they will be probably within a year. And I try to keep all my females separate from the males, especially when they start getting medium size, because you don't want to have a overpopulation. So I keep my medium females in one tub, my medium males in another tub, and I always hold back a few to start breeding new breeders, because the other ones, they get kind of old and tired, and they don't produce as many babies anymore. They start getting to the point, they start producing, instead of 15 and 20 I normally get, they'll produce maybe 5 to 7 when they start getting older. And that's when you got to kind of retire them, feed them off, or freeze them, because it's, you don't want to kill the animal because they will die giving birth when they get too old. But they're real cool rats too. None of them bite, I handle them so much because cleaning the bins out is constantly handling these guys. You see a mom there with a few pups. Here's a kind of an example right here. She didn't have too many. She's probably, this is her third litter, and they sometimes start getting smaller and smaller. But I normally keep, let's see, 5, 10, 15 females that are pregnant, and these are the nurseries, so I put one female in these small tubs. This way they're by themselves when they have their babies. You see this one right here, by herself. Now that's a new female. She's got about 20 pups there. Here too, there's one with a good 15. But these basically are, here's a pregnant mom. She hasn't dropped her babies yet, but she's probably due any day. Another pregnant mom. But I put them by themselves. This way they have their own little nursery. And when they become weaned, or even kind of big pups, I'll put 2 moms in one of these right here, like this one right here. There's 2 moms in here with these guys, little tiny, little bit, like I said, they're more called like weaned rats, because you can put this size in a tub of its own without the mom. But I usually like to keep them with the mom. This way they stay healthier. It's harder for them to get the food up on the top when they're this small. So you want to make sure that they're with the mom as long as possible. And the nice thing about this rack, it has these, with the tubing for the watering system, it has these metal casters that protect the tubing all throughout. So rats they can't chew the tubs. They can't do anything to these. They can't chew the tubbing or anything. These tubs are like solid. I haven't had any issues. And then my hoppers are in the back, the food hoppers. And I got this the feeder attachment. Just easily pops on there. Like that. This way you just load the food up without pushing the tubs forward. And it fits the whole thing. So I just get a big bowl and I go all the way down, loading the food from level to level to level. Because without this, it's pretty difficult. So you definitely, if you get one of these racks, you definitely want to get this feeder. And Freedom Breeders makes these things, are amazing. I love it. Makes my life a lot easier anyways. And of course the water tub's up there. 5-gallon tub. But yeah, guys, it's a real simple system. It's worth every penny. It definitely pays for itself in, 3 months for me anyways. It paid for itself. I'm really glad I got it, and it's working out great. The other thing too, I had to get this air conditioner because summertime's coming. So I got this air going, and I have this air purifier in here. As you can see, it detects odor and dust. So it's in the green right now. That means that the smell's not bad in here and the dust is down. So it basically inhales the air through here and filters it up top. So it's just, I just have this in a small shed in my backyard. So it works out great. All right, guys. Till the next video, I'll talk to you later.